Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time tuning in, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when I post new videos. This video is going to be an installation video of the tonneau cover. On my last truck, the Silverado Black Widow, I went with the Peragon folding cover, and that is the same cover that I went with this time. I'm going to be putting that together and installing to the TRX. I like this cover. The performance of the cover when I had it on the Black Widow, it went well. It's very convenient and it's easy to be removed if you need the extra space. So I decided to pick up one for the TRX. Stay tuned and we'll go through the steps to install this Peragon folding cover onto a RAM TRX. So this video is going to be kind of quick. I'm just going through the main things that need to be done. In this box here are your rails, and in the larger box is the cover itself. You have this box here which has your hardware in it, and these blocks are used to assemble the rails, which you want to assemble upside down and have a good space so you can put them together. So I'm going to assemble the rails upside down, and then when we get to a certain point, I'm just going to flip those over and put it on the bed of the truck. So I'll go ahead and get started on that and keep it moving. All right, so these are the rails that have been assembled. As I mentioned before, they're being assembled upside down. The instructions in these kits are very good. All the pieces are marked. So you have a P for passenger. On the driver's side, you have a D for driver. So with the rails, this is the ramps that are installed on the rails, the cross member bracket here, and the seal. So the option that I went with was the quick clamps. This was the same that I had on the Silverado. There are two options with this tonneau cover. You can either use the quick clamps or you can use the method where you drill into your bed. I prefer the quick clamps. So this is what I'm going to be installing next. And these will mount right under here. We'll have 3 on each side, so 6 total on the whole bed. And then we'll be able to flip the rails upside down or right side up and go ahead and put them on top of the bed here and get them leveled with the quick clamps. All right, so the clamps are now installed. There are 6 clamps, 3 on each side, and they are mounted. The 2 in the front are closest to the front of the bed, the 2 in the rear are closest to the rear, and then 2 in the middle. So now what needs to be done is to make sure the tabs here on the clamps are at a 1-degree angle. The easiest way to do that is I have a leveling app on the phone for me. You can see that one is above. It's going to need to be adjusted. Just the Alright, so both of those are going to need to be adjusted. More than likely all of these will need to be adjusted, but that's the way that I am measuring the angle for the tabs here. And the way they're going to be adjusted, you can bend them with a set of pliers up or down, whichever way you need to go. So I won't be able to record that part because I need to use both hands. Alright, so we have the mounts. The clamps are mounted, and they are at the angles that they need to be, which is 1 degree positive. So we have the rails, which were upside down for assembly. They are now right side up and sitting on top of the clamps. So now we have to make sure the rails are aligned where they need to be so that we can go ahead and start tightening these clamps to the rail, or tightening the rail to the clamps. At the rear of the truck, or towards the front of the truck, is where we're going to start, and we're going to make sure that that section is lined up. We want to make sure the spacing at the back is correct. I'm going to go ahead and snug those bolts down toward the front of the truck bed. Alright, so same video, different day. I got a little tied up the other day and had to finish this the next day. So I believe where we left off was finishing leveling the clamps here. These are the quick clamps. So all of those, I had them leveled. Installed the ramps here, along with the ramp bolts. And this bolt would adjust the ramp. You want to push that out to make sure these bearings here are able to roll up that ramp. Connected the gas shocks on both sides. Place the panel in, and that's pretty much it. So I did test it. So I did test it. Everything works as it's supposed to. Alright. So the bearings or rollers are all rolling freely on the rail. The last adjustment here was just to make sure that this is adjusted to touch that last piece, which does on both sides. So that was it. Everything else works pretty well. And this is the dual locking. I think they call it the Platinum model, or the Platinum kit, which the lock goes across both sides of the panel. So I'll show you how that works. Alright, so I pushed it up from the inside, and as you can see, just turn the key here. It locks across both sides, so you can't push down on it to open that up. This is the Peragon folding tonneau cover. Like I said, I had one on the Black Widow Silverado that I had before this. So it was a must for me to get one for the TRX. This was the first cover that I thought to go with as soon as I was getting this truck. These are the adjustable bed rails. So you can adjust these clamps here, or adjust these clamps so that you can tie things down. They fit with no problem. Like I said, you just can't move the second one all the way to the front, but you can get it, I guess, right behind or right in front of the wheel well, which is still good options. And you have the hooks all the way at the front at the bottom of the bed, just in case you have to remove the panel out and need to tie something down. So this is a nice cover, performs well, and this strap, you just toss it in. That's it. So this bed cover is fairly easy to install. The instructions are very detailed. They also have videos where you can watch detailed videos on how to install it if you're having problems with the instructions that they sent in the box. So you can always check them out on the Peragon website. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.